Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I got some music playing though. Hopefully you can get on now. The last time it messed up to the StreamYard. And this is my favorite song. Okay, the first person to guess the song will get a card from me. Show me how you do that shit. The one that makes me scream, she said. The one who makes me laugh, she said. She threw her arms around my neck. I don't know if you know this, but I'm also a singer. I'm kidding. I have like no, I'm tone deaf. Oh, good morning, Jeanette. Good morning, Kimberly. It's not coming up on Facebook. I wonder if it is now. There were some issues, so. Good morning, Annette. Ooh, you too. That's a good one. That's close. So close. Oh, in a way it's close. Oh my gosh, yeah. So sorry, there was issues with the broadcast. I don't understand what's going on. 1 second. You so far away, she said. Listen, ready? I'm in love with you. Then I'm in love with you. Okay, do you guys want me to tell you who it is that's singing, or you guys want to guess? Fun fact, I'm literally just drinking on warmed up oat milk with a little bit of water because I didn't have the tea that I wanted, and I'm a brat, and I'm like, if I don't have that tea, then I'm not freaking drinking. I'm not drinking it. Oh, good morning, sis. Is that Rick or Lauren? Or no, it's Krista, I bet. All right. I can't see your name because you're in the Rising Power group. Okay. All right. I know that's probably going to be tough because we had issues this morning. We had technical difficulties. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys another minute to think about maybe who that was if you could hear the music. And I think I'm definitely going to do the Shaman's Dream. But then I was also thinking about the messages from the guides. This is a deck by James Van Praagh. I absolutely love it. And then for right now, I definitely feel like I need to pull from the Celtic Tree Oracle, which these are just like, oh my God. They're really accurate, but they're just like overly complicated in their descriptions and stuff like that. So I just feel like I just need to pull one for all of us. I haven't been able to get this card deck out of my head, and these were like phenomenal. Like when I seen on the back, it said Heather or something along those lines. No, it doesn't say the Heather one, but it was really funny because when I opened up this deck, something happened. I have it on one of my lives. When I looked into it, it had a Heather card, and the Heather card was just bang on for me. So, okay. So, Kimberly. Okay. I can't see. Okay, I'm sorry I haven't been on for a while. I've had to step away from some things and focus on myself. Oh my gosh, Jeanette, you're totally missed, but it's totally understandable. 1000%. Yes. Try out some Rick Astley. Okay. You guys, this is like 1000% my favorite song. I will listen to this song over and over and over and over and over again. Like it never gets old. And it is The Cure, right? The Cure, Just Like Heaven, right? Kind of reminds me of Edgar Allan Poe. And it's so funny, Christine's like, I have that, not a fan of this deck. I know, it's like overly complicated. I don't know, but it was bang on. I just had to pull one card, so I just feeling guided, I have to. So, yeah, and you see, it's like, if you're really into nature, this might be a really good card deck. Oh my gosh. Okay, this has to be our card because look at this. This is so weird. I'm not sure if you guys could have noticed, but do you see how they're all faced this way, every single one of them? And then this one was facing the wrong direction. And then I'm thinking, well, okay, maybe I just didn't put it back the last time that I pulled out of this card deck, right? But the thing is that I don't even remember pulling this card. It is More the Sea. And like I said, like you can intuitively try to pick up what you want to on that, but like I really want to use the guidebook because I really want to know what they're talking about here. Okay, so just to let you guys know, it's a journey, ocean, water, mother. Yes, okay. All right. Okay, just talking about going on a journey and, you know what I mean, being closer with nature. Okay, Stop moving so fast. Listen to your own inner guidance. If you are separated or estranged from your family or loved ones, it might be a time to reconnect. And then you know me, right? If it tells you that, that means from the past loved ones and the ones that are here, right? So it might be time to like reach out, say hi, you know, maybe mend a relationship. And I understand that we have some like crazy ass family members, right? But that's what you have Facebook for, right? So you have Facebook or social media where you can say hi, but you can also still keep your distance, right? And so you can check in on them and that kind of thing. And, you know, just like do your part, right? And if you are trying to, if you have past loved ones too that are reaching out to you, so it's like that's another reason why they say not stop moving so fast, is because a lot of times we move so fast we don't see their signs and the little coincidences and things like that. And if we take the time to slow down, like for example, you guys, this is a freaking perfect example, right? Tell me if this isn't weird. Okay, I might put on my story today, right? But so I had a picture. Okay, so basically I was in Florida, right? Joe Shell, if you guys ever heard of him, Shiel, Joe Shell, he's like a freaking amazing medium, right? He worked with John Holland, right? John Holland and Joe Shell, right? John Holland, if you haven't heard of him, oh my God, like he's freaking amazing, right? Everyone knows him, but he works a lot with Joe Shell. Joe Shell is able to draw pictures of the people that passed, right? So, and that's like really hard, I think. But anyways, I was there and basically I got picked in a gallery reading, while I was training with them. They was like, hey, here's an example of what we do. Come tonight. And I came tonight. And then it was my Aunt Judy, I think, coming forward, but it could have been my grandma, a picture of my grandma when she was younger, because they kind of look similar. And so I had this picture of the art on my shelf in my office, right? And so there's the picture and then there's like something in front of it, right? Well, all of a sudden, it was like a couple of days ago or something, maybe it was like a week ago, I don't remember when I noticed it, but it started flapping down. It started like coming down and it's like halfway down. And I'm like, why is that happening? Because that picture has been up there like that. I don't move things off of my shelf. It's been up there like that for about since February of 2019. So why did all of a suddenly did it move forward, right? So I know that there was a message there. I know it might have been on the day that she passed. It could have been on the day of her birthday or something like that, but I wasn't paying attention and I didn't notice that it had fell. And I kind of wish that I would have noticed that it fell, because then I would have known who exactly that picture was of, if it was on my grandma or my Aunt Judy. I'm thinking it's my grandma, but I can't be certain, right? So I thought that was kind of funny. Or if it was like my mom playing around or whatever, because July 22nd. So maybe it fell July 22nd. But I just thought that it was so crazy. I think it's weird. Let me know if you guys think it's weird, but I think it is, right? Okay. It is not, if you do not feel good about your own body, it is time for healing. It is time to come to acceptance of your own shape, form, and size. Yes. You may live your life on the surface, but fail to dip into the depths of your own inner life. Right. And I think that's another reason why that came up, right? Is because how many of us like freaking hate our body? Oh my God. And we're always complaining about it, and that kind of crap. All right. All the time. But it's like, after a while, you just get so sick and tired of that internal dialogue that you're like, you know what? I'm not listening to you no more. Right. So it's almost like taking on a journey, a different kind of journey, with different choices and chances, like that you never thought of before, right? Oh, good morning, Danielle. Good morning, Lisa. Wow. Oh, good evening from Australia. Yes. Okay. I'm thinking, should I do these for the weekly ones, the shaman's dreams, or should I do the messages from the guides? I can't decide. So apparently, what is it called? Spirit doesn't have a, what is it called? Preference. Okay. Oh, guides. Okay. I was kind of thinking that, but I was like, I didn't know if you guys liked it. Okay. So these are kind of different ones, but I love it because they're very to the point. Okay. So, all right, here we go. So I'm going to do it. Oh, you guys said shamans? I'll do both. I'll make sure I do both. This will be for the, what is it called? Like Monday, Tuesday, right? So let me do something because I feel these are what these look like. I think I want to do more with cards. So you guys might see me do more with cards. Okay. Good morning, Kelly. Okay. So Monday. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is already getting good. Okay. Look at this. Monday is called Release Toxic Relationships, right? So this is totally talking about like on Monday. I know that we said we have to get in touch with people, right? So we have to allow some of the people back into our lives that need to be back into our lives, right? So people that make you feel good, that kind of thing. People that are going to make you a better person, right? So we really need to do that, or giving our parents a second shot, right? Because our parents are not perfect. We just think that they are, but they have their own baggage and their own crap, right? So I definitely always believe that, yes, with your parents, it's something a little bit different, right? You might have to take a break from them and that kind of thing, but it's like always try to give them a second chance, because I feel like they're our biggest teachers, especially when they are like, no offense, like buttholes to us, right? Okay, that was weird. Okay, so many technical issues today, right? But this is also talking about getting other people out of your life. You know what I mean? People that are not good for you, people that like you really need to have uphold your boundaries with, the ones that are making you feel like crap and that kind of stuff. You need to start distancing yourself from them because it's going to physically, right? Like start hurting you, right? So this is definitely going to be on Monday. It's like today and even tomorrow, it's going to be going ahead and, what is that called? It's reevaluating the people that you have in your life, right? That's going to be really good because especially if you want change, if you want really better things to happen in your life, you have to match that vibration. And sometimes the people that we're around lower our vibration. Okay. I know, gremlins in the internet. Yes, I know. And the thing is that I'm missing out on one of my like VIPs Q&A for that summit. But I was like, oh my gosh, we just have to come on and get some messages first and then I can miss it, So I don't know. Apparently, maybe I really need to be over there right now. I don't know. So, okay. So this is going to be Tuesday. Wow. This is take responsibility for your actions. I feel like Spirit is really giving us like a can of whoop ass this week, right? Because it's like, wow, because they're usually so sweet and nice and stuff like that. But now they're like, you know what? No, you have to be responsible for the things that you say and your part that you play in things, right? So this means like, if you're like, I listen to gossip sometimes, but I just like let it go in one ear out the other. But maybe you're the one that like, talks back with the gossip and then it creates issues and drama and stuff like that, right? So like Spirit's like, hey, we gotta stop some of this stuff, right? And then it's also like looking at yourself and knowing what you can change about a situation or a relationship, right? Because we can't change the other person, we can only change ourselves, right? So that's something else that they're talking about. But I feel too that this is going to bring more confidence and also healing too. So that's one really good thing too, right? Is we take responsibility and be like, I know I'm not perfect and I know this and that, then all of a sudden it's going to give you a little bit more confidence because you're going to think and see yourself as perfectly imperfect, right? This is not really coming from me. This is coming from Spirit, just to let you know, right? Yes. Take a responsibility can be in a good way too. Yes. Well, I don't know why, but like all of a sudden it seems like really harsh, I don't know why, but I just kind of like felt that part, right? And then, yes, action-oriented directions. Yes. And then I really feel too that like, if you have any kind of like question about like what path you should be on, like who you should let go of your life, that kind of stuff, right? It's going to be like asking Spirit, like, hey, can you make it crystal clear of who I'm not supposed to have in your life? And then all of a sudden like, something will come up and you'll be like, okay, I got it, right? So it's definitely like, what is it called? A lot to do with relationships this coming up week. Okay, so this is going to be Wednesday. Focus on the positive. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my gosh. So I learned about this chick named Lisa Nichols yesterday. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of her, but she's freaking amazing, right? So basically, she would, okay, I'm just going to tell this story really, really quick, but she tells it like way better than me, right? She was a competitive swimmer, right? When she was younger, like in her teens and stuff like that, but she always came in dead last, right? Dead last. She went to her grandma and she's like, Grandma, I'm going to quit swimming because I suck apparently, right? I have all these honorable mentions because I always come in last and this sucks and stuff like that. And grandma's like, basically told her this: quitters never win and winners never quit, right? Quitters never win, winners never quit, right? So she was like, yeah, she's like, are you a quitter? Because then you'll never win. Are you a winner? Because then winners never quit, right? So she was going on about that. And she showed up to, she ended up not quitting, right? She took her grandma's advice. She showed up, right? Her whole entire family is there. She's like freaking like, oh my God, I can't even believe that my whole family just showed up. This is horrible because they're all going to watch me come in last again, right? She came in last all the freaking time, right? Well, when she shows up, she showed up a little bit late and she missed her window to swim, right? In her age category, she was 15. But they're like, hey, we have one lane open with the 17 and 18-year-olds. She's like, oh my God. But her coach made her do it. And she gets into the pool, right? She doesn't look like them. They're all like so much better than her. They have the Speedo stuff on and swim caps on and stuff like that. And as soon as she jumped in the water, once it hit, she started swimming to winners never quit, quitters never win, winners never quit, winners never quit, quitters never win, right? And she just kept on swimming that way. And then that's when she realized, when she got to the end of the pool, that there was one person right there that she was neck and neck with. And she was like, oh, heck no. Today, I'm not coming in last. That person's going to come in last. I am going to beat one person. I am so freaking excited, right? And so she starts swimming back like winners never quit, quitters never win, right? Winners never quit, quitters never win, right? And so she finally got to the end of the pool and she's like, oh my God, did I beat that person? And she looks to her left and like, no one's there. She looked to the right, like, she's like, no one's there. She's like, oh my God. She's like, this is horrible. She's like, and then she couldn't even see everyone. And her coach is like, oh my God, look in the pool. And she couldn't see anyone. Oh no, then she started seeing people swim, right? People were still swimming. And she's like, oh my God, should I go and do another lap? And the coach is like, no, you won. You are number one today. Not only are you number one, but you broke the record for the 17 to 18-year-olds today. And the coach said to her, sorry, I talk really fast. I was trying to like hurry up with the story, right? But the coach said to her, what did you do differently, right? And she was trying to think. She was like, oh, my barrettes match my swimsuit and stuff like that, right? He's like, no, what did you do differently while you were swimming? And she was like, oh, I chanted what my grandma told me. Winners never quit, quitters never win, right? And he's like, the coach is like, well, what do you usually chant when you're swimming? I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. So isn't that amazing, right? Because she came in last, but she was focused on the negative. Remember, Spirit does not understand the word should and don't and stuff like that, right? It's like, focus on what you do want. Focus on the positive, right? She was literally swimming all those times, focused on the bad. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. Lose, 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 lose. That was the repetitiveness, right? So when she was doing like winners never quit, quitters never win, right? Like that is like talking about the positive. That's focusing on what you do want. And I want you guys to remember that because it's like, man, it is so powerful, our thoughts, right? So you have to do this, right? And kind of like we were talking about with the tree guide too, the more that you pay attention to like your body as well, right? And focusing on the good parts of your body and the things that you do love, no matter if it's just like, frick, I can walk today. I'm happy for that, you know? You keep on focusing on it, then all of a sudden that's going to become your reality. There's so many more cool stories that I've heard this weekend, but I'm going to leave you guys with that right there. And yeah, totally law of attraction. Totally get that. Abundance is your right. Yes. So this is talking about like if you feel like, oh, I don't feel good enough, right? Or I don't feel like I should do this. You know, there's not enough to go around. I only want like a little bit of this money, or I want a little bit of time. I don't want to ask for too much. That comes from a lack mindset, right? And the universe is not made out of lack. The universe is abundant, right? So there is plenty to go around. The reason why you don't think that there's enough to go around is because of your own, you know, limiting beliefs, you know what I mean, that you were conditioned to believe, you know, as you were growing up, right? So it's like, hey, you are worthy and you do deserve every single thing that you desire, right? Here's the thing. If you are actually like, oh, you know, I can think this, right? I think I have these thoughts and it feels good, right? You are having those thoughts for a reason. It's because you can attract it into your life, right? You just have to take the steps, you know what I mean? Focus on the positive and that kind of thing, right? Spirit, like, never brings something to you that like you can't out, but like that you can't get for yourself, right? Just like jealousy, right? If you're jealous of someone, that is just making you feel like, oh, they have something that you can't get. But the truth is that you totally can get it. Like you totally can, right? It's coming to you for a reason, right? Some other people, they don't need, it's not even on their radar, but it's on your radar for a reason, right? Okay. Oh, Crystal, mwah, it's been so long since I've seen you. Oh, and then look at this. I said Crystal, mwah, and then Tamara kissed was right afterwards. I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, so this is Friday. Everyone has value. So there's also like worthiness issues going on too. If it's not within you, then you can look at other people around you, right? Because what's going to happen is they might project a lot of their insecurities onto you. All right. So just kind of think about that a little bit too. And I'm going to look and tune in a little bit for some reason. And this is like, okay, definitely come to the next, I think it's going to be a full moon ceremony too, because I definitely feel that in there. You know, me and Tressa have been doing that lately. Everyone, right? No one is special here, right? No one and everyone is special, right? So no one is special because no one is better or worse than anyone else, right? And sorry, they're so like, I feel like they're talking really fast today and I'm just like not there yet. You know, like I did not have my coffee today. So everyone is there. Everyone has the value. No one is worse or better off than anyone else, right? We're all even. But in the same token, where everyone is not special, everyone is special because we're here, we're living, we're breathing beings on this beautiful planet Earth, right? Okay. And so this is going to be talking about on Friday. One thing that I'm really going to take with this too is definitely making sure that like I have patience and that kind of stuff. And I can kind of see from other people's points of view, seeing them as like broken people, you know, people that are hurt, you know, that kind of thing, that they need healing and that kind of stuff, right? Because so oftentimes we might put people on a pedestal and we don't realize that they're holding on to their own issues and that kind of thing, right? So that's one thing that they're talking about. It's a little bit about seeing other people as imperfect, you know what I mean, human beings, but then also realizing that we are perfectly imperfect too, right? So I thought that was really awesome. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna do the shaman's dream, and I kind of do want to get over to my Q&A, so I'm gonna do a couple of the card pulls, and then we'll do pick a card, okay? There was something else too that I was going to say, and I think I forgot it. Okay. Oh, the winners. I got to choose the winner. In the Rising to Your Power group, we're doing that meditation challenge. I don't know if you guys are a part of it or not, but we're giving away healings and readings. So to 2 people. Okay. So let's see. We have 32 people. Awesome. Okay, 1 second. Random pick a number. Okay. Okay. And then if you guys, you know, okay, let's see. I got to come back. Okay, ready? Here we go. I know. I don't know them very well yet, Meg. I don't really know them yet. Okay. All right. I really feel. Okay. Okay. Is it this one instead? Okay, that's what okay. So I just kind of want to make sure. All right. So this one I was really drawn to you, Crystal Davis, right? Dancing's on the foot, the balancing act, right? Resourcefulness. And it's talking about saying yes to life, right? You are called to find a new balance, right? So your life is a little bit unbalanced. So you got to like get it back into balance. And how you do that is by finding out what your priorities are. All right. So if you go ahead and you number the areas in your life, right? Start with the lowest number. And I tell you what, it's going to be self-care, right? It's going to be taking care of yourself. It's going to be making time and room for yourself, right? I know nurturing and taking care of others feels good, but it's like, we really have to take care of ourselves too. And for some reason, I'm noticing September too, as like a birthday or like an anniversary, something like that. And I really feel like it's something positive. So even if it's the anniversary of a passing, then it's like, you know, maybe you'll be finding those signs with them. Okay. And then it says, going ahead and look, you have more resources available. So I feel like they're also telling you to go ahead and ask for help, you know, with your angels, past loved ones, guides, and that kind of stuff too. Because I don't know, I just feel like a lot of people are around you are like, trying to get something out of you, right? Like trying to get you to help them. Something along those lines is what I'm feeling too, right? And then it says, hold your arms close to your chest, you know what I mean? And it says, reach out and extend them fully, right? So you're still kind of like this, you know what I mean? And they want you to like kind of open your arms a little bit. And it's just like embrace and also receive, you know what I mean? Receive, which can be really hard for some of us who are like, what is it called? Who just love to give and I don't even feel worthy enough, you know, or we just get our worthiness from taking care of others, right? And then I also felt this too, the empty well, which is time to replenish too, which kind of talks about that, filling up your own cup, doing something for yourself. And I know it's really hard, and I know that you have other issues to fry right now, right? Other things that are on your mind, right? And it's so funny because they're showing me like hanging on to the past a little bit, right? And they're showing me a little bit to do with like relationships and things like that. Also, by the way, I'm sorry, but they're also talking about I don't want to say negative Nancy, you know what I mean? But always focusing on like what's going wrong or like the bad things and stuff like that. And especially focusing on the bad things when it comes to yourself. So if someone acts a certain way, then all of a sudden you take it as, you know what I mean? Like they don't like you or something along those lines. Like, what did you do wrong? You know what I mean? There's something there like that. And it almost feels like this, like where you try to be perfect a little bit, you know? So just kind of know that you have that hang up, right? And then just keep moving forward and keep on just being really good to yourself, because they're telling me though, that if you actually start taking care of yourself a little bit better, right? A little bit more, TLC and things like that, right? What's going to happen is that you're going to have more clarity in your life, right? Because instead of like, me telling you what they're saying and that kind of stuff, you are actually literally going to feel it, from your higher self, spirit, and that kind of thing. And you're not going to doubt it as much, right? And then you're going to get out of this cycle that they're telling me that you're in. And you're going to start to feel better, because right now it is taking a toll on your health a little bit too. So I definitely feel a lot of fatigue, you know what I mean? Just a lot of like, oh my God, like I'm going to show like aches and pains and stuff like that. I'm feeling a lot of stuff being held in my back. Okay. So that really just means like, okay, we gotta get rid of some of that energy that's there, that kind of thing. And they're telling me something else too. Yes. Okay. Definitely. I think like journaling out, like trying to get a lot of your emotions out are going to help, right? Because you have a tendency sometimes to keep them in like at the wrong times. Okay. So I hope that helps you. You know what I mean? I hope you don't think I was beating you up at all. So it's like, hey, that, like, I know self-care sounds stupid, but I'm not talking about bubble baths here, right? I'm talking about you really like taking care of yourself, right? And being your own best friend. And then that's going to go ahead and get the clarity for the future. But in the meantime, definitely cut the ties to some of the past, right? So if past people and relationships come up, right, and they didn't do good for you the first time around, they're not going to do good for you the second time around. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet, Diane. I hope that your coffee or tea is hot and tasty today. Okay. Let's see. Okay, good. Okay. Ooh, wow. Kathy I want to call you Herbert because I have someone else that I know that's Herbert. I think they're in New Zealand. Are you in New Zealand, Kathy? Okay. Ooh, I love it. Oh my God, it's so funny because the resourcefulness thing just came up for Crystal too. So definitely you look at those that resourcefulness, you know what I mean, going ahead, and you actually have things that can help you right now. You actually have tools in your toolbox right now, Kathy, to help you move forward with whatever it is that you are wanting to do. You just have to kind of be a little bit creative, right? And then it's talking about too that you have a shield up around yourself a little bit. And so it's like, okay, it's time to like melt that shield off, right? You know what I mean? I feel like it comes from like some kind of past pain. One second. Oh, okay. And you're in Quebec. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Cause I think I contacted you before and then I was like, are you in New Zealand? You're like, no. The Herbert is in New Zealand. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to do something else. This is still for you, Kathy. Okay. I had a feeling there's something else too. Oh my gosh. The courage to step into life too. And this totally reminds me of Edgar Allan Poe, right? Which was that tree card. So if you were here for that tree card, Kathy, definitely keep that in the back of your mind too. But this is like really talking about like, going ahead even when you're fearful, right? You have a lot of creativity that's untapped within inside of yourself, and spirit's like, okay, it's time to get going, right? You really have to do this too. I'm also seeing a peacock too. So it's like definitely keeping that as like a symbolism going through, maybe it could be that symbolism that you use to know that you're on the right path when you see a peacock too. I also see past loved ones bring feathers into your life, right? Because they're like, trying to get your attention and that kind of stuff. So definitely going out for feathers, or even asking, say, hey, so-and-so, if you're here, go ahead and send me a feather. Okay. But it's really like you're getting caught up into the small things, and they're like, hey, kind of like we talked about with Crystal, it's really time for you to fly, right? It's like you're doing the same day in and out, right? And it's like, oh, you want to start your own business. This totally freaking makes sense, right? And it's like living the same day in and out. And it's like, hey, we have to get you going, right? So, especially if you're starting your own business now, it's like, okay, you have people you can reach out to. You know what I mean? You have things that you can actually, right? People that you can actually talk to about it, bounce some ideas off of, right? Or if you have no idea, you know what I mean? Maybe you can even write it into that rise into your power group, being like, hey, I keep on getting feathers. I keep on getting feathers. I'm starting this own business. Do you guys have any ideas of, what I can do next? That kind of thing, right? They're also bringing up the number 4, which is really funny because that's all about foundation. You know what I mean? Setting up the foundation. Do you see how it says number 44, right? So setting that foundation, planning it out, that kind of thing, right? And it's really talking to that you have a really good connection with spirit too. So even if you want to do like a spiritual based business, this would be really awesome too. And they're talking about astrology being really cool with you too. I'm not sure if you do that. I don't. It's not something that you have to do, but it's something that you keep in the back of your mind, right? And it's like finally getting a lot of those ideas out, okay? And I feel like you really need to talk to external people that are not part of your circle to really help you bring it out, just because some of the people that you are surrounding yourself with, like, your family and your friends, they just are not going to get it right now at this stage, okay? Okay, so hopefully that helps out a little bit. Okay, yes. All right. Oh, alrighty. Ooh, I love this. This is for Christine Marie. Crown Green Games, right use of power. Ooh, I absolutely love this, right? So it's really definitely talking about how you are powerful, right? And you're really good manifester too, by the way. That's one thing. I'm also seeing a dragonfly, but the dragonfly isn't right now. It's a little bit in the future. So it could be like maybe in a couple months or something along those lines. I'm sensing a lot of activity coming up, you know what I mean? September, October, you know what I mean? That time frame, that kind of thing. So something to keep an eye out too, because I actually feel like there's a lot of movement going on there, right? So it's like really talking about too that you actually have more power than you realize, and you have more power than you realize with the people that are around you, okay? So they're like, okay, making sure that like you're fair, that kind of thing. But there's something else too that they're talking about too, right? Yes. And you also have a really good connection to the divine and using it to your advantage, okay? And I just want to say you're so welcome, Kathy. You're so welcome. Okay. And I'm not sure. Do you have kids around you, Christine? Because I'm sensing like kids or something. It's a lot of like just a couple, going around. I'm noticing that too. And for some reason, I don't have my ring on today. I took it off because it was bothering me. But it's garnet for January. So I don't know if that means anything, if that has to do with any past loved ones, that kind of thing. I feel like they're trying to come through, but I'm not really receptive right now. And then, or it could be that they're talking about something that's, oh, your grandson is 7? Okay. I feel like there was 2. So do you know if someone else is pregnant or something? Because I felt like there was more than 1. I felt like there was 2 because I feel I'm saying couple, right? Unless someone's going to be having a baby in the next couple of months, that would be fun, right? Yeah, because I felt like there's 2. Yeah, I definitely see 2. And I see 2 dragonflies, right? So I didn't even see the other one until now. So there's 2 dragonflies, okay? So it's oh, my mom has passed. My birthday is January. Oh, okay. So that would understand January too. So, but I wonder if there's like another grandkid coming or something along those lines, because I sense 2. So something to keep on your mind on, right? So just keep in the back of your mind, okay? And so then it's like, okay, you actually have a really big connection to spirit, and it's like, okay, it's time for you to like start using it, So, and using it a little bit more than you have been. And you can use like your intuition every day and then try to get like insight, for like little things that could really help you out, right? And I feel like your grandson too is very sensitive, by the way, right? So your grandson is like, he'll be able to like sense your mom and that kind of thing. Maybe that's another reason why that they're bringing it up. Okay. Yes. Okay. And I really do feel like it's a time right now for you where everything can turn into gold too. So it's like, okay, you know what, it's time to branch out a little bit with, with whatever you want to do, with a little bit about your power. I feel like it has to do more with creative stuff, So creativity, or even, spiritual stuff, like getting your own card deck, that kind of thing. I think that'd be really, really good for you. And then trying to, harness that energy, because your crown chakra is really open and all that energy is coming in. So they're talking about going ahead and using it, right? Using it for good, using it to help yourself, using it to help other people, and then eventually to help your grandson. Okay. Woo, this is fun. Okay. Oh, yeah, yes. Okay. So I think we had to pick a card now, you guys. Okay. So, okay. Okay. And then Marcy, I think this is for you. It says Sky Bridge possibility for union. Okay. So this is really talking about like, okay, not to worry too much. There's still some unknowns. You might have to wait a few, and it's going to be like a coming up together. Okay. So that's all I wanted to say for that. I need to pick a card to get some more details. All right. And then Christine's like, I know my mom is trying to speak to you. My grandson is autistic and we tap each other's third eye. Yes. I've been doing more Reiki. Yes. Good job, Christine. Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, Diane, I love you. I love how you connect and know your people. Oh, I love you. Okay. So if you never done pick a card, so go ahead and shake off some of it. And then you're going to be like, okay, I need help with this, right? I need some guidance on that, So just kind of think of it in your mind and then say, Spirit, my spirit guides, past loved ones, or my mom that passed, or whoever it is you want to ask for guidance. Be like, okay, which card is going to bring a message to me? Is it going to be card A, card B, or card C? Card A, card B, or card C? Yes, I think I'm a card A. For sure. I think I'm card A. I love it. Diane's like AB. AB. Oh, yeah. And while we're doing that, I'm going to find the winner of the reading and healing. And so definitely head on over to the Rising Power group. And then what I was going to say, because I'm going to be giving away more stuff, right? At the course of this challenge that we're in. Wait, let me make sure. All right. I'm writing down the winners. And then, one second. I think I know who this is. And okay. All right. Got it. Okay. I'm back now. Okay. So sorry about that, but I have the winner. So I'll announce it in a second. So the first one is, Sacred Contract. Oh my God, this has me, I really want to know. And by the way, the number 7 is definitely special, which is really funny because that's my mom's favorite number is number 7, right? And so I just want to see what it says. The greater good. You're being invited now by the universe to enter a sacred contract, right? You may be called to recognize that an ancient agreement you made with spirit needs to be renewed, right? But you are unable to sign and seal up the deal and commit to it, right? The reason is that needs to be evaluated to a sacred contract. I don't even understand that, right? So, right? Spirit must be invited to come to the table as a guarantor of the good faith. It is important for you to understand what you're signing up for. Be sure to read the fine print so you commit to something you will soon regret. Do not hesitate to put your own cards on the table. When shadow elements remain hidden, the covenant breaks down and becomes a contract with spoken to the dark side. I don't get that freaking thing, okay? So I just have to say, like, this is talking about you have a new agreement coming into your life, right? So this is talking about upping a level, right? And you actually have the choice right now to up the level or not, okay? So it's like you are going to be, if you haven't already, it's coming up, right? But it's like, okay, you are being pushed to go to a different level, to do something that scares you, something that you kind of don't even want to do, right? Something you're really going to have to pull in the confidence for, right? But now here's the thing, you actually don't have to do it, right? The Course of Miracles states that, many will hear the call, but few will answer, okay? So it's like, okay, will you answer? This is your time now, okay? Because you're going to have to take the bad with the good with the bad, and I feel though, if you do it, it's going to reap like a whole bunch of awesome benefits in the long term, but it's going to require a lot of you, right? You're really going to have to stand up on your own. You're going to have that confidence, right? You're going to have, this internal, courage. All right. So this is really talking about, there is a big change coming up for you if you truly want it. All right. And this is something that's going to be like, you've been having the hunch lately and, or you're about to have the hunch, like you kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit. And then the bigness is going to happen. All right. Yes. Anything else that you want to say? Okay. No. Something to think about, right? It's like, okay, you're going to have to start pushing forward, do this, make this happen. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So now card B is lost compass, getting back to integrity, right? So this is just like talking about having to really stand up on your own, okay? Making your like own decisions, you know what I mean? And being really confident in them, right? And not allowing other people to, you know what I mean, have so much a say so on what you do, what you want, what you like, and that kind of thing too, right? I'm also seeing pink roses, and I'm not sure why, but pink roses came up. Okay, and the number 5 is coming up too. So that the number is 35, but for some reason the a 5 is coming out other places in the card too. So it's talking about movement and change coming up too. And then maybe the month of May, would make sense. Oh my God, don't know who this was really for, but I have a meeting tomorrow to sign a long-term partnership contract. Oh my God. See, yes. See, sometimes they're literal and sometimes they're literal and sometimes they're symbolic. I always do the symbolic interpretation. But yes, that's totally you, Joshua. And I feel too that they're trying to tell you like they're watching, like spirit knows what you're going through, right? And because it was a positive card and it said keep on going forward, I feel like it's a positive contract, right? They weren't saying to like watch out for it, like, ooh, it's scary, So just keep on watching and just making sure that like there's no other challenges before you sign the contract, right? That's how you know if you're on the right path or not, right? You know you're on the right path when things fall together, right? They fall into place, right? You know when things are not going the right way they're supposed to, when there's lots and lots of challenges, right? So yeah, you might have to nudge the door a little bit, try a little bit, but don't freaking break down the door because then you're like, no, right? So hopefully that makes sense, right? Oh, there we go. Pink Rose is my grandma. There you go. I had a feeling that it was from someone that passed, right? So this is like talking about getting back on track, back on track with yourself. This is card B, okay? So this is getting back on track with yourself, right? Making some of those changes so that you can really focus on, what truly matters, right? Because I feel like maybe there's people in your life that are taking too much of your attention, that kind of thing, right? And I'm not sure there's someone here that had passed away from breast cancer too, but I definitely feel like there is something to do with this coming out of this card as well, right? And there's something else too. Yes. They're like talking about, even if you feel like you have lost your direction, it's like, hey, they're there to guide you still. It's just that you have to like almost like get your priorities in order and figure out what you do want, right? Okay. Yay. Getting back on track. What I needed. Don't we always need it? Okay, and so this is going to be card C, bold step forward, right? And look at 5-5, so that's like double change, right? And it says, you know what I mean? Okay, it's just really, really talking about having to take one little step, right? I pulled feeling the world card for myself and picked your card B. Oh, no way. So Annette pulled the world card, right? So in the tarot, like it's like this, the world, right? And then this, look at it, right? It's just, I think that it's just, wow. You know what I mean? For some reason, the Wheel of Fortune kept on coming up for me, like in my head. Okay, perfect. Okay. So then this is really talking about taking one little step forward. That's all you really have to take, right? It's like, don't go, just one little one, right? And it's like, it's really, really going to change your point of view too, because some people like, for card C, I feel like there's a couple of you that have like, a little bit of like a mental affliction, right? Like, so maybe you're, the negative Nancy, you know what I mean? Maybe even sliding into a depression, a funk, and that kind of thing, right? But it's like, okay, just try to take one little step, right? Look at the now, look at here, and don't be so scared to like, don't be looking at the long term. Look at the short term is something what they're talking about, right? And then it's like taking it one little baby step at a time, right? Because you're going to get anxious, you're going to get anxiety and things like that if you think about the long term, right? So it's like really staying in the moment. And when it comes to like relationships with this too, I just definitely feel like it's like, okay, take a step further for a relationship would be making sure that first it feels good, it feels right, that you're not trying to bang down that door, right? And just take a small step forward, right? And this could be like reaching out, going ahead and being like, okay, I'm going to go on a date with this person, or I'm going to reach out and say hi, and taking baby steps, okay? Or if you're already in a relationship too, then it's talking about doing something that's fun, something that you never really thought of before, that kind of thing, to kind of like spice it up a little bit. But it's like taking that, they keep on saying one step, one step, one step. So don't go too fast. Don't go off running, okay? I feel like they're talking about you have to stay in the present moment to be able to see the whole situation clearly, okay? I hope that makes sense, right? Sorry, I blame them. Diane's like, get things done, people that we need to do, be strong, right? So negative come on, block that out. Yeah, it will hold you back. Yeah, and drag you down. So true. Oh, yeah, good morning. Heard A for astrology before cards were announced and chose C in regards to getting back to the basics. Oh my God, they totally fit that. Okay, my second card was Wish Upon a Star. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that, Annette. Okay, so we're going to do the giveaway now, right? So this giveaway is going to be for on Wednesday. Me and Rachel are having a healing event, and it will, we do not just a group healing for everyone, right? Which last week it was freaking amazing, right? But then you also get a card reading afterwards, right? So I'm going to give away 2 spots to that, right? So you will get a healing and a card reading. For some reason, if you cannot attend the live event, then what we will do is we will still send you the healing. So we're doing both Reiki and pranic healing. We will still send it to you. If you could like calm your body and stuff like that, that'd be cool. Like if you're not like running around, that'd be awesome. And then we will send you the card reading afterwards, okay? Because I want to get the healing done to see if I get any insight that I could put into the card reading as well. And it's very exclusive, so it's only like 10 people. Okay, are you guys ready? All right, so I already have the winners. And the winners they were randomly generated. 1 second, I have to find the other thing. Is Danielle Richardson. Yay! Is the first winner, Danielle Richardson. Woo! Okay. Congratulations, Danielle. Oh, thank you. The communication ruined for me. Thank you. Okay. And then the second winner is one second. Diana Walden. Yay! And so, of course, I think there's a couple tickets still left if you want to, if you still want to come and join us, because this is going to be cool because you're actually going to get a reading and a healing. So that's what I think is really cool about it. And like I said, if you can't make it in person, that's okay. So I'll put that in there. Oh, cool. And Rachel, you were on. So I thought it was like last week, I could literally feel the energy. Like it was like a soft wall. It was freaking so cool. So I can't wait to do it. Okay. But definitely keep going to the meditation challenge, right? Because I'll be giving away more freebies. It'll be so much fun. I can't wait. I feel like everyone's doing good. Right. So I'm not sure what else I'm going to give away. Was that light always on, or did my husband come home? That's weird, isn't it? Did you guys see it? That's weird. Okay. So definitely like give this video a thumbs up, you know what I mean? A like, or share it with someone that could hear some of these messages today. And I will appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. If you're in the course, I will see you guys tomorrow for the coaching call. All right. Love you. Bye.